Um, I watched your videos. It turns out that it was a good day, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm pretty happy right now.
All the good guys won.
Hmm.
And having watched the games and seen the results, I gotta say, it really feels like the games today were either absolute ass whippings, just huge blowouts, or super close game that was just a choke fest.
Hmm.
But I didn't see enough about the Hawks Niners game. I don't know if there were chokes going on.
They had a chance to put the game away late and ended up punting. I'd say that's blowing it a little bit, but it's not like they had like 8 turnovers or anything obscene.
Okay. Because since I'm assuming that you were just at the sports bar thing for so long
Yeah,
that outside of that game you didn't really get the chance to watch other games. Is that right?
not as much as usual. You are correct.
How much, if any, did you see of the Bills Chiefs game?
I saw a little bit of it, but that was on concurrently with the Seahawks game, so only a little bit.
Okay. um, wasn't super choky, but like there was a moment where the Chiefs needed to score twice to be able to either take the lead or possibly send it to overtime.
Hmm.
It's a tall order because there's it's 2.5 minutes left. But after a huge gain, play gets called back because the Chiefs' offensive lineman got gigged for holding.
Yeah.
And that just immediately took all the wind out of their sails. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm going to call that a choke. Because it was a tall order for them to come back in the first place, but that was a huge play. They might have actually had a chance. And then he just, oh, no. Yeah.
Or bastard.
Yeah, considering the Chiefs are a Missouri-based team, I'll give you 3 guesses what happens if you search for that guy's name on Twitter right now.
Hmm. Man, we need another one of those. You know the Zoomers would like fucking light him up. We have another epic screw up in a big sports moment.
Right.
The Zoomers would put him in a dark place.
You'd love to see it. But yeah, just so many chokes today. Huge choke by the Bears.
Hmm.
Huge choke by the Ravens. Huge choke by fucking who else? Fucking choked. Oh, the Jets. Jets were choking like dogs.
Niners.
Niners.
Hmm.
So yeah, crazy stuff. I did not see.
The Chargers had a 21-point lead, and the game was tied in the fourth quarter. And then the
Wow.
Bengals missed 2 field goals, and then the Chargers drove down and won the game. So,
Yeah, that'll count too. That's a big time choke.
mhm.
Let me see the play-by-play here. So yeah, this Bills Chiefs game, I genuinely think this might be the game that won Josh Allen MVP
Hmm.
because there's a lot of season left, but the Bills are 9-2. Josh Allen is unquestionably the best performing quarterback in the league. No one else is even close. And winning this game, this was a huge win because they gave the Chiefs their first loss, stopping the undefeated streak. This was a huge statement win for the Bills because it's the Chiefs and they've been struggling so hard against this team for so many years.
Hmm.
And Josh Allen himself put the game away with his 20-yard run to get into the end zone.
It is worth noting the Bills did beat the Chiefs last year in the regular season, and then they just lost to them in the playoffs. So,
Which is very valid, but this was huge.
mhm.
Okay, so let me see here.
Come on.
All right, Jawan Taylor.
Got it.
How was your day, anyway?
Oh, all right.
Okay. Hey.
Hey, Junebug, what's up? Good to see you.
Oi! You lot! Blast! It's that Rogers crew.
The NBA has now admitted that Jason Tatum traveled on his game-winning three yesterday.
That's pretty funny.
And the Cavaliers are now 15-0.
Good God, bro! The Chiefs lost before the Cavs did.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, okay, hold on. Let me look at this fucking
They're coming.
roster.
Hold on. They're actually coming really close to the longest win streak in Cleveland sports history.
Hmm. Okay, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland. Man, Evan Mobley's actually playing really good so far this year.
Right. Now, Cleveland Indians had a 22-game win streak. 2017. If the Cavaliers manage to win 8 more games, they'll do that. Plus, if they get up to 23-0 by doing that, they're going to be really high up there in all-time NBA win streaks.
His team still employs Tristan Thompson.
That is wild. So yeah, if they win 23, they would be 1 win behind the 73-win Warriors that had 24. So they would replace the 2008 Rockets with 22.
Mm-hmm. Man, there's no way they do it, right? Like, this team isn't
Well,
even
yeah,
that good.
that's a tall fucking order, but coming this far is still really good.
That is the very purpose of the tournament. A fight.
Because they only need 2 more wins to tie the 15th
The guy giving a speech in Martira?
longest win streak of all time.
I hope
And then they'd be in the top 15 already.
but you know the stage you're welcome in this
It really just underscores how special what Miami did in 2013 was.
more free land. The day I am crowned.
27 wins in a row is
To abolish
bonkers, man.
and laws that choke our people. Whether they be the Senate's trespasses or God's. I
Oh,
will
they played
defy
Boston on
and
Tuesday.
raise them all. All people will be free. Free to seek wealth.
So, yeah, it's a good chance that they. Well,
Regulation or restriction
I'm not going to sit here and say that.
this world.
Oh, wow. James Harden passed into second all time in career 3-pointers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Past Ray Allen, he's only behind Steph Curry. That's impressive.
Dude, there's no way he's going to catch, right?
Well, of course, no one's ever going to catch Curry. The only way somebody catches Curry is if they are as good as Curry right away. Because Curry was as good as he is right away. Man, that kind of sucks. We lost to the Pacers tonight, but no one on the team played bad. We played an incredible game with just a tough loss. You hate to see it. But anyway, let me see here. The Pistons are a lot better than people were expecting them to be.
You'll be dust. Is everyone magic night?
Also, the Mavs beat the Thunder tonight. Close game, but look forward to that in the playoffs again.
Special punishment together. Next round. Here they come. Assassin. Some darker arts. Serve me. They won't hold back. We're not out of this yet.
Incredible choking.
Quite a boon. Thank you. My thanks. I will liberate this country. Call upon royal power within.
My condolences to anyone who actually watched that Mavs Thunder game. The last 2 minutes were awful. Oh my god.
Hack and slash. Is that all? Observe with blade in hand. This won't do. Magic night.
Win tonight against the Hornets to go 15-0. They actually rested their starters tonight to make sure that they were ready for Boston. So the Cavs bench beat Charlotte. It's pretty funny.
What is this, a super team?
Rancor.
Somehow, apparently.
Their weakness.
The power of with healing power. Much thanks. I'm obliged. Helpful as ever. With these.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
I'll crush you.
I'm looking at their schedule right now. They probably had the easiest schedule in the league so far. We're going to see how serious they actually are their next game when they're playing in Boston.
I use what I must.
But I want you to listen to the schedule.
More than I expected. The power of he come forth.
First game against the Raptors. Second game against the Pistons. Third game against the Wizards. Fourth game against the only good team they've played all season so far, the New York Knicks. Very close game. Then they played the Lakers. Then they played the Magic. Then they played the Bucks twice. Then they played the Pelicans. Then they played the Warriors. Then the Nets. Then the Bulls. Then the Sixers. And let me check here. That was the Sixers. No Paul George, no Embiid. Bulls again, and Charlotte tonight. This has got to be the most cupcake schedule any team has had in the league so far.
What happened?
So yeah, I mean, you can only play the people in front of you, and being 15-0 is not a bad thing.
Thanks.
Right.
But holy crap, this is... I don't think this is a super team.
Let me rethink this. Are you prepared? I'll cut you down. Damn it. Justice prevail. What happened?
I will protect you.
Much thanks. Let's go. Perhaps an igniter will saturate. Blindsided. Damn it all. Assassin.
Down.
Some darker arts.
Their weakness.
I mean, it's essentially like imagine if a team got to play the Raiders every week.
With healing power.
My thanks.
Good God.
Helpful as ever.
Please make drop your defenses.
Tougher than I thought.
Magic.
It's so over, we're so back. It's so over, we're so back.
A mystic shield. Thanks.
Let's go. I'm surprised the Broncos fucking vaporized Falcons because Bo Nix probably had, like, I doubt he will ever have a better game than he played today.
Falcons defense is something else, man. They are some garbage.
Yeah. Well, the good news is they finally got that N-word on the field because of this game. Did you actually see the box score for Bo Nix?
That is.
Yeah, it was like 4 touchdowns and fucking 80% plus completion percentage.
Yeah, on 33 attempts, he only missed 5 times. Had 28 completions, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Only sacked once. No interceptions. So I'm like, honestly, I don't think he will ever play a better game than this in his life.
Yeah. This Falcons defense, good lord. I can't believe they went all in on Kirk Cousins and then didn't try to fix the defense.
They went all in on Kirk Cousins, knowing that they were going to draft Penix.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't freedom.
That wasn't a last-second decision.
Point of life's pursuit. Or was I wrong?
Matter of fact, isn't free agency after the draft?
No, it's before.
Okay,
So they signed Cousins and then drafted Penix.
right. They signed Cousins, and they knew they were going to draft Penix. Because that wasn't just some miraculous, oh, look at how amazing he was. That fucking, the college season was already over by, before the NFL season even ended.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
So, they already knew all about Penix. So they give Kirk Cousins a shitload of money, knowing they're going to draft Penix. And then they just leave that defense wide open. It's the worst in the league.
The gauntlet runners slowing.
The fact that they're 6-5 with this defense is extraordinary.
To those below deck, they are grateful for these moments.
Well,
Because before today's loss, they were 6-4 with this defense.
Their division is trash.
To a party at peace.
It's very valid. Taking a look at their schedule now. Their wins are the 2 wins that they have that are outside of their division is against the Eagles, which, to be fair, that is pretty decent.
Yeah, but that win was
And-
a gigantic fluke.
Yes, it
remember that
was,
game.
especially because it was week 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a fluke, I agree. And the only other win besides that one outside of their division was against the Cowboys 2 weeks ago.
And that was the game where Dak got hurt.
Yes. So it's not impressive at all. They lost to Pittsburgh, the Chiefs, the Hawks, the Saints last week, which is hysterical. And then the Broncos today, they made Bo Nix look like an MVP candidate. Shut it down. Like, this team is cooked.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably still going to make a push to try to squeak in, get a wild card slot. Because, just based off, they're leading their division right now because of how bad that fucking division is.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not even need to worry about the wild card. But, they only have one more game against their division this season. So they could very easily just lose out.
Well, here's the thing. They've already beaten Tampa Bay twice, so they own that tiebreaker no matter what. And Tampa's the only team that has any real chance of catching them, I think.
That's valid. But Buccaneers are only 2 wins behind them, and like I said, they may lose every game for the rest of the year for them.
Are you prepared?
against the Chargers, against the Vikings, on the road against the Raiders, against the Giants, but it's in December, and then on the road against the Redskins, and then final game of the season is against the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting used to this.
Panthers suck ass. You know, it's worth saying that the Saints also suck ass, and they fucking lost to them last week.
Right. Mm-hmm. I think their offense is
You
good
know.
enough to carry them to a few wins.
Good grief.
And they get in with like 8 wins or some shit.
Well,
Maybe 9.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Feels like Indy might get the last spot, Austin.
What to pick? What now?
Kevin Love's been playing great, though, man. I wish every person that we acquired was as good as Kevin Love, as productive as Kevin Love.
Oh, Austin, yeah, I think so. He's already been playing more snaps than him all season, so I think that's probably
Holy
correct.
shit. The Pistons are one game under 500.
We'll face danger here.
They've gone and done it.
And let's
With tonight's win, they have 7 wins with 15 total games. I'm going to check how long it took them last year to get to 7 wins. Okay, it's November 17th. Last season, the Pistons didn't pick up their 7th win until February.
Hey, I guess that coach really was bad. Fucking, what's his face?
Monty Williams,
Yeah,
he's
Monty.
the tank commander.
Yeah.
It wasn't until right before the fucking All-Star break that they win their 7th win. Man. Because, I mean, they're obviously not a good team, but they're one game under 500, and check this out, because this is how bad the division's been.
All right.
They're second
right.
in the division right now.
Are they a playoff team if the season ends right now?
It's you lot.
I'll check.
Looking forward to
Should be a
our
play-in
next
team. Actually,
You want
Wow.
another round?
I didn't realize it was that bad.
You're gonna get the same answer from
The
us?
East is getting their asses beat up and down the block this year.
Yeah.
Right now, if the playoffs started right at this moment,
I mean,
the Pistons
really
are the 5th seed,
to get myself ready.
and they'd match off against the Knicks.
I swear I'll win, and then make all of you my allies. That way we can pave
Wow.
the way to a brighter future together. Step up.
Sixers
Is your side
are
ready?
2-10. The only team in the league that is worse than the Sixers is the Raptors.
Everything we've got.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's Central Division.
Flight.
Man,
Let's do this fair and square.
they're not doing too good.
I'll crush you.
I stand ready. Let justice prevail. I will protect you.
Wow,
Helpful as ever.
that's not right. Doc Rivers has been fined for criticizing the refs with the call that they made last night. But the thing is that the league has come out and said that the referees made the wrong call.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are they finding him?
Well, they find LaMelo Ball for saying no homo off the cuff. So I guess they'll fine you for anything.
That's insane.
Let's go. We can do this.
I seriously can't believe the Chiefs fans on Twitter are bitching about that
I owe you.
that offensive lineman Jawan Taylor that got called for that holding play.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you know it was a big play that got called back, but you need to score twice, and there's less than 2 minutes
Yeah,
left.
the game's already over. Let's be real here.
Yeah, that's a tall order because like, how often do teams get an onside kick? Because it doesn't matter if they're down by 9. Even if you get the 2-point conversion, if you don't get the onside kick, game's over.
Can't afford to lose. You'll feel this
So
one,
like,
lad.
you have no chance.
Going in for
But Chiefs fans are sitting here bitching about that guy anyway, and I'm like, this was your first loss, week 10. Jesus.
They die hard.
Is that come?
Face me!
You are good.
Rancor! Formidable indeed.
Come on then.
Ah!
You'll feel this one. This is not going in for the kill. Someone help us get back in the fight. This
What the hell?
Someone get him back on his feet.
Are you kidding me?
No, not like this. Someone help, please.
With healing power.
Highs may
Live
got
to see
knocked
another
out.
day.
Gotta revive him.
Let me rethink. He did it. Tougher than I thought.
I actually didn't mean to do that, but I don't think that was bad.
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
Magic Knight! This won't do. Just the thing.
I shall repay this favor. Now accept your
Someone
fate.
heal him.
Commendable bearing.
Clear it! We can do this.
Quite a boon.
Thank you.
My thanks.
You'll feel this one. Come on then.
My path ends here.
Someone help us get back.
I was wondering why the Nuggets got
This should work.
obliterated by the Grizzlies tonight. I take a look, Jokic was not playing.
Oh. So, load management.
Not now. To you.
All power of
I'm assuming he might be injured because I don't see like a DNP for any explanation here, but let me check.
Trying so hard. Oh, come on! Why can't I win?
He is out for personal reasons. And he's currently averaging a triple-double on the season.
I saw that.
He is, yeah, he's doing exactly what I said he was gonna. Because the Nuggets had a slow start, but they're already like third in the West right now.
A new parts are wheels.
Yeah, they had a slow start, but they've already just rocketed right the fuck back up. And it's like, man, he is just an incredible player. I really hope that he wins MVP again this year, because like I don't even know who the fuck could other than him, and anybody else who gets it is just gonna be a complete bullshit award. But I want him to win it because he would be only the third guy in history that won the MVP 4 times in 5 years. Bill Russell, LeBron James, and then Jokic.
Yep. Jokic would feel so weird on that list, but I think it's just because we watch him play almost 100 times a year, and it doesn't feel right putting them
but
on the same level with the old heroes, but you really can.
Yeah, it's like when LeBron initially did it. Because when he got it the fourth time in 2013, it was like there were still so many people who hated him and so many people who didn't want to talk about him being an all-time great. And a lot of the younger guys listening to the stream, they don't know because they weren't around at the time. But LeBron used to be super fucking hate. People gave him shit all the time. But nowadays, you got a shitload of people arguing that this guy's the GOAT. And as I see what Jokic is going through right now, it's the same kind of thing. People don't want to sit there and say they're like, it's too early to be talking about how good Jokic is. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He's only got one championship. It's all like he already has 3 fucking MVP. He's a lock. He could retire right now and be first ballot. Fuck, he is also insanely high on the all-time triple-doubles list. I think he's second behind only Westbrook, and he's flying up there.
No.
Right.
Jokic needs 2 more triple-doubles to pass Magic Johnson and be third all-time. And if not this season, then by the end of next season, he will pass Oscar Robertson second all-time. Westbrook is probably never going to get another triple-double again in his entire career.
Right.
He's at 199 right now, so it'd be great for him if he did, because then he'd be the career leader with 200 on the dot. But Jokic, he already passed LeBron this season. And he's just going to just keep fucking flying up there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I did not expect to see Draymond Green at 16th all-time in triple-doubles. Draymond Green has more career triple-doubles than Michael Jordan. That is just... Ugh. That feels bad to say. Anyway, yeah, Jokic GOAT. Let's go.
Like, even if he never gets another ring, but he ends up with, like, imagine if he gets, like, 7 MVPs. Wouldn't he just have to be the GOAT at that point?
Oh, unquestionably, because, people sit there, hey, LeBron needs help. So if he just runs around forming super teams, all anyone would have to say is they're like, well, fuck, man. I mean, if you're Robin Jamal Murray, there's a ceiling on how much you can do. But he never quit or ran away, like somebody like Kevin Durant, who Jokic is already all-time past KD, even though KD has more championships. It doesn't matter, because KD had to run to the fucking Warriors to do that. And then he continued to try making super teams, but then they all flamed out. So he had to join a team that was already a dynasty before Kevin Durant even joined him in order to win championships. I don't know if you've seen this, but people have actually been speculating, and it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of accounts that got iced on Twitter in the last couple of days that it feels like there's no reason on earth why they should have been. So because they didn't post anything that was actually suspension worthy, the only valid explanation is that they got mass reported. So people have been speculating. They're like, I think this may be what the left is trying to do in an effort to control speech on Twitter.
Impossible.
Is that they're grouping together, and at this point, the only way to do that in an organized fashion would be if the government was actually authorizing it, because they're the only ones with the resources to effectively do that in an organized manner without it being caught. And they're just mass reporting right-wing accounts to try to silence them.
Well, they're all going in the blender, right?
Exactly.
Bye now.
So, random question, because I watched Gladiator last night with my dad. And
Was
what?
the original one or the new slop one?
Original.
Okay.
We may see the new slop one, so I wanted to watch this one, but we may not. But either way, we watched the original one. So that is a movie that is obviously very well made and well crafted. It is also very much not accurate to history in any way. What's your personal opinion of a movie like that? Are you okay with that?
If
The fact that it butchers history?
Right. If the movie's good, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
If the movie's bad and it butchers history, then it's a double mark against them. If the movie's bad but it is extremely historically accurate, then it's a wash. It's the kind of thing where historical accuracy, if it's not there, won't count against you if the movie's good. But if the movie's bad, you bet your ass it's going to count against you. Braveheart was extremely historically inaccurate. It's probably my favorite movie. You know, and there are lots of different movies that I love that are historically inaccurate, but they're still really good.
Yeah. So, like, it doesn't bother you, like, when you're watching Gladiator, that Commodus was really not that bad of an emperor, Maximus never existed, and the Roman people didn't really, the Roman people didn't really crave a republic at that point in time in history. Like, you're cool with all that.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me because the movie's good. Because it comes back into the point of the whole suspension of disbelief. When the movie isn't constantly insulting you with how bad it is, then you can actually, you know, let it go, take a deep breath, and just shut your brain off and just enjoy the movie. But if it's bad, then you're constantly like, dude, why are, you know, all this retarded things, why are all these retarded things happening? Even though they're like, oh, well, you know, why do you have a problem with, you know, the logical, dumbass things that this character decides to do? You know, you got a problem with that, but you don't have a problem with there's dragons in it. It's like, yeah, no shit, dumbass. I can suspend my disbelief on that one, but it's bad. The show is bad. The movie's bad. Whatever's bad. So yeah, you know, the rest of that stuff, like again, using my Braveheart example, upset at the portrayal of Edward the Longshanks of being this awful guy because he's very popular and well loved in England. William Wallace and Robert the Bruce were not alive at the same time, and William Wallace, his rebellion failed. However, Scotland would go on to become an independent kingdom decades after his death, and he was a folk hero, but he didn't actually contribute in any meaningful way to Scottish independence.
Here we go.
However, Braveheart's a fucking great movie, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the way that I feel about, you know, Gladiator. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter that there wasn't some gladiator who like had a personal beef with the emperor, and it led to this.
Right.
It's like it doesn't matter. Gladiator's a great movie.
Yeah, because watching it last night, I'd forgotten how democracy coded it was, because the whole movie's about how, oh, the emperor wants to turn Rome into a democracy again, but the son wants it to be a dictatorship, and the movie's ultimately a quest to get Rome back in the hands of the people, when, of course, in reality, at that point in time, in ancient Rome, democracy wasn't working at all, and most people were fine with a monarchy.
Not only that, but democracy being established. If they return to being a republic at the time period of the empire that is taking place in, then it would have just immediately disintegrated, because a lot of people were Roman citizens and therefore would have had the ability to vote in a newly established republic, who were not Roman, who were members of these barbarian tribes. The whole reason it collapsed in the first place is because constant dilution of what it meant to be a Roman citizen, and less actual, true, real Romans serving in the military, and they just kept hiring more and more barbarian mercenaries and all these different tribes, until finally those guys were like, you know what? We're the only ones around here with swords. Why don't we just take over? And then everything fell apart. So if at that time they reestablished the Republic, then it would have just been a horrific fracturing. You'd see cliques and coalitions and factions forming in much the same way that you see in current American politics. And while it may not have been immediately violent, given the nature of the world, especially back during that time period, I foresee that it would have immediately resulted in balkanization and then inevitably violence.
Let's go. Flare.
Which is kind of what happened in real life.
Right.
Just
And
would have been faster.
how Marcus Aurelius was actually the last worthwhile emperor of Rome, and then after that they would go through like a new one every 2 months. Like there was was reading about there was this 1 year where they had 5 emperors in 1 year because they kept getting assassinated.
Yes. That was the funny thing, is you had the Praetorian Guard, the Emperor's bodyguards. At one point, they were just they were more dangerous to the Emperor than they were actually functioning as bodyguards.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it's kind of interesting because I don't my dad isn't bothered by the fact that Gladiator is historically inaccurate. In fact, he probably only understands a little bit of how historically inaccurate it is, but it doesn't bother him. But he really didn't like what they changed at the end of Troy. Like, he actually said that lowered the movie in his eyes. Which is kind of silly when you think about it, because the Iliad is probably a fictional story. Right?
Yes. What about the change to Troy?
Oh,
he didn't like.
So at the end, Achilles is supposed to get killed in a relatively anticlimactic way in just a skirmish on the beach. But for the movie, they made it so that was Achilles' brother or gay lover or something. So that way Achilles could live for the finale and die in the climax.
Right. Yeah, I think it was his cousin.
Yeah.
And it makes a hell of a lot of sense, given the fact that Achilles was, if in the Iliad, if they had chosen Odysseus to be the actual protagonist of the story,
mm-hmm.
and that Achilles was just some guy who was very important, but was a supporting character, then following it closely would have made sense. But the movie is obviously about Achilles, and he is obviously the protagonist, and Odysseus is barely ever even there, and you're not going to cast Brad Pitt just to kill him off halfway through the movie. So, I get, I wish it blah, 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 but that's just what happens when Odysseus isn't the main character.
Mm-hmm.
I will protect you.
Quite a boon.
And they would very much admit that the reason why they did that is because they want their big character and big actor to be in the whole movie. Like how, we accept this stuff sometimes. Like, it's been, that horse ride that Maximus takes in Gladiator after he escapes execution, and he's trying to get back to his family before the Emperor has them killed. He goes from Germania, which I think is where Austria is now, all the way to Spain in what looks like one day, but would actually take at least like 25 days. And people are just cool with that. You know, it's not that big of a deal. We'll live with it.
Right.
1 second. Okay, I am back. I would say that of the movies based on true events that are good, probably very few of them are truly accurate. I'd have to think about that for a little while. These- So I just Googled a list of historically accurate movies: 12 Years a Slave, All the President's Men, Apollo 13, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, and Black Robe, which I've never heard of before.
Perhaps this suits
Holy shit! I'm sure you've heard about how over on Blue Sky, it's a complete fucking shit show. Everybody's reporting each other left and right.
Oh yeah, yeah, you were talking about that.
Most of the reports are for child porn.
Well, rest in peace, Blue Sky.
Yeah, so keep in mind, all of the leftists, along with their wouldn't you know it, who could have possibly foreseen this shit? All their car part, rainbow flag, beloved, whatevers. Flee Twitter, head to Blue Sky.
Hit their weakness.
Blue Sky receives in 24 hours 1/3 of the reports that they had entirety of the previous year. 1/3 of the previous year's total in 24 hours. Most of those reports are for child porn. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Who could have possibly... My God. And there are still people who think that Pizzagate was a whacked out conspiracy theory.
Not this one. Perhaps not. Oh, power of heroes! A mystic shield. Lead her.
Did you hear the news about the Ukraine war today?
Yes. I have a lot that I wanted to say about that, but give me a second because I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought I finished my mac and cheese. Oops. There's a little bit left. I'm going to grab some more of my food, so I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
We're not out of this yet.
My thanks.
Unobliged.
My thanks. I'll cut you down. They die hard.
But let justice prevail.
Assassin! Kill! Formidable indeed.
Flare it! Flare! All right.
Amazing.
Ah!
What now?
Ah!
God dang it.
We're here to stop
They
you.
pulled a fast one on us.
Oh, power of kings! Maelstrom!
Flare it! Light!
You hit their weakness.
I shall fight. Are you
You're
prepared?
helping, Captain.
What a mess. Let's make an end of it.
We'll combine our strength!
This is it.
You hit their weakness.
Is everyone all
Allies, together.
I'm counting on you.
as the point of a sword?
Hulkenberg's ploy exposed
You
a
think
new
yourself
weakness.
equal to a Ujief's agility? I was saving this.
That helped. Thank you.
I owe you.
Okay?
Still
Gotta
fight.
heal up.
soul.
Anyone get on healing duty?
Flare.
You hit their weakness.
I call upon
That's
royal
your opening,
power
Captain.
within. After me.
You can do this.
Let's do this.
You'd do well not to underestimate them. All right.
Oh,
What now?
already.
Oh, right, we did it! They saw us! On your toes, everyone!
My archetype's abilities feel stronger.
What now?
Watch out! We've been spotted!
What now?
Yeah, nice work!
I knew I could count on you. They noticed us. On your guard.
That'll do it.
You found something. Let's take it with us. Nice.
Let the battle begin.
Isn't that the demon?
I'd rather have Josh Allen.
Oh, power of kings. Too much, perhaps? Assassin! Gale!
The pow. Let's go. Light.
You hit their weakness!
Let's get on with it.
That's your opening, Captain!
It's up to you now.
You will taste justice.
You hit their weak point!
I've
Keep it up,
sworn
Stroll.
oath of knighthood. Come! A mystic shield.
Helpful as ever.
You now accept your fate. Maelstrom!
Let's work together. Now come forth, royal soul.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
This time period's like the toughest transition between the seasons. Because, it's hot as fuck here in the day.
I shall vanquish
Like when I go to work, it's 85.
hack and slash.
Right now, it's 37 degrees. So it's an almost 50-degree difference between how cold it gets and how hot it gets.
Face me!
And that's just fucking insane.
Commendable bearing.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll answer your question in a few minutes. Just gotta catch my breath first.
Alright, victory is ours.
We found
Here
something.
we go.
What now?
It's good though.
Oh, you'll appreciate this. You will definitely appreciate this.
Understand why people were doing the 9/11 documentary thing for the Jets, and I'm like, you really ought to be doing that for the Bill. But yeah, that's good stuff.
We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
Don't get too relaxed. These monsters are relentless.
What now?
That was well done.
Come and get
Stand for you.
Hey, good one.
Would seem we've won the day.
Impressive. Your training has paid off.
I imagine that would be of use.
Nice fun. Looks like it could be useful.
Calm minds will win the day. I can feel the power of Wolfram.
Let's push through.
That's a nice tweet from Kaguya.
The scourge is no more.
The tweet that says Zendaya lookalike competition scheduled for November 20th. Kaguya says first public mid-off.
Oh, I think I saw that actually.
Yeah, like, I'm so tired of people trying to say that she's attractive. Man.
They've noticed us.
Be careful. There's more of them.
This battle's ours.
Let's
Take them all
Let's
out.
one fell swoop.
Assassin. Some darker arts.
With their weakness.
We will fight through it.
I say. It's no war of it.
Hold on. I'm counting on you.
I shall vanquish evil. You'll be dust.
Fuck Debo Samuel. He looks like the baby.
It's okay. We can do this. Gotta come forth, royal soul! We're not out of this yet!
Quite a move.
Trust me.
I owe you.
Ruler!
Observe the enemy. With blade in hand. I will protect you.
Thanks.
How's that good?
What a shame.
God, you've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
Assassin! Rancor!
What is their weakness? Nice
By this
move,
power.
bridesmaid.
No, the next one's yours.
Whoa,
No holding
God,
back!
with multiple ailments.
Let's do this! Ruler! Hack and slash! They die hard!
Oh, power of heroes. A mystic shield.
Helpful as ever.
Darker arts.
Oh man.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No, I'm laughing because
Do not
there's these people on Twitter. They're freaking out over this really shitty cartoon, which I guess is going to be like the next leftist rallying point in animation or whatever.
I'll give it my all. Get down!
So this tweet, unironically, is like, guys, the writers are bringing class consciousness into their shows again, and then just a long fucking retarded comment about
Maybe not.
how communism's great. But it's hilarious because the fucking clip that he took this from has at the very top, property of Disney.
I'll cut you down!
Oh man.
Except for all that we strive for. Not
Like, that's right.
No.
Giant Mega Corporation is telling you to
Mystic shield.
subscribe to Communism Inc.
some darker arts.
It's okay. Come forth, royal soul! Let's work together! I won't hold back! Light! Through here?
Are you prepared? Hack and slash! They die hard!
With blade in hand. I will protect you.
Much thanks. Face me, Rancor!
What is their weakness? Nice move,
Let's go.
bridesmaid.
Flare!
Sword, don't get sloppy, Captain.
Think?
Ridiculous!
About to collapse. Someone heal him.
I shall vanquish evil!
Okay, I don't think there's any more backup coming. Let's keep moving.
Nobody will stand in our way.
What now?
So there are leftists on X that I'm familiar with that have been freaking out about what Biden did today because they seem to legitimately believe he's just trying to shove the country into World War III before he leaves.
Yes. And that was the Ukraine thing I was talking about. I'm just taking that pause because still eating and everything. This brisket's really good, man. I cannot rave enough about how good Walmart's microwavable meals are. Very happy.
Mhm.
But yeah. So I would have been concerned if this happened before the election, but because it happened after the election, I have no concern because the wheels of diplomacy between Trump and Putin are already turning. Yeah, Biden technically has the authority to do this, but just because he authorizes that this happens doesn't mean that anything actually gets done. Because now people are going to be like, okay, you have to transport the stuff to Ukraine, and then once it's in Ukraine, it has to be installed, and then once it's finally installed, it has to be brought online and be ready to be fired, all before it can actually be fired. At any point during that journey, the shipment can be intercepted and destroyed like so many other things have been already. And Russia has ramped things up ever since the election to an extraordinary level. I can't share it with you because the tweet's been deleted because it was probably, really classified information. But it was a video taken in Odessa. And Odessa is under siege by the Russians right now. Like their infantry is not in a position to actually do anything about it, but they're just bombing the shit out of them. And they had the whole frame was just filled with anti-aircraft fire, just so much of it going into the skies. And you're sitting there like, what the fuck are they even shooting at? And then the skies, because this is at night, the clouds light up. Like they literally start to glow because there are thousands of drones in there with searchlights on the drone so that they can so that the operator can see where he's delivering his payload. And it's like, and nothing's at risk here. No human being for Russia is at risk here. Like this is an extraordinary and terrifying advancement in warfare. But I'm sitting here like, if they try to install these weapons, like Russia knows, and Russia knows exactly where they're coming in from, where they're going to be placed, and then they're just going to send thousands of drones to just go over and fucking blow all the shit up. And when all that happens, there's a finite amount of the things that can be sent over. No one's going to include a nuke in that to start World War III. It's really fucking stupid. There's plenty of people who may just outright refuse to even participate in the whole thing. And, we're not going to end up holding any grudges because as soon as that's over, Trump's just like, well, sorry about that, but let's continue with negotiating for peace. I'm not concerned about it. If it was before the election, I absolutely would be. But now,
Incoming.
not so much.
It's not good.
Hulkenberg's lost her memory.
Retreat. What now? Come on.
Been spotted.
Come and get it. They'll need more than this.
Seizing her chance.
Fuck.
Hulkenberg's anxious.
Oh god.
Dodge. Nice one, Captain. You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you.
Farewell.
Our foes are not vanquished. Be on your guard.
What now?
We have yet to defeat them all. On guard.
That might be of use later.
Let's push through! Let's take them all out!
Now accept your fate. Some darker arts.
What's their weakness?
It's okay.
Boobs, I say. It's no war of that
Light!
day. You can't hide from me. Celebrate by the rules we
A ruler!
in the face of this industry. When your friends and boss look alike in the face of it.
Oh, power of heroes! Nope, not this.
Fight there!
Oh, power of kings.
Let's go! Flare! A tough one!
What's happened?
Nice dive! You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
Ruler! I'll cut you down! Tougher than I thought.
Remember that guy on that video clip in India who was trying to jump over the moving car, but he only got like maybe 2.5 feet off the ground?
Oh god, yeah, I remember that one.
That was a great
Why would
one.
bet?
No, I just
Oh, yeah, it
randomly
was
thought
just
about
funny.
it. Yeah.
Just fun to remember. I agree.
So he caves in like the entire windshield.
Exactly. Bro, nature's legit healing. Like, we are winning worldwide right now. So yeah, just so you don't have to click on the tweet. Just 2 pictures, and I posted the second one. Then versus now.
Yeah.
Nature
I saw
is
the
healing.
Miss Denmark thing, yeah.
Oh, come! Not this one.
Wasn't that predictable? Hold yourself together.
Assassin.
Fuck.
Rancor.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone!
We have yet to defeat them all. On
What now?
That's too funny. Oh my god. Oh man. It's a video clip, Gypsy Crusader. He's in full Joker makeup.
Mhm.
And
I don't like this.
he's decided that today, instead of going after blacks, he's gonna go after Jews. So he has his gun that says gas the Jews. When he pulls the trigger, the little flag comes out. It's really funny. That's all. he gets a new chatter. So they come in, and on their video feed, you see the Israeli flag in the background, and his eyes lit up like a kid on Christmas morning. Oh my god, I gotta share this with you. This is hysterical. Oh my god. Yeah. Must have been the same reaction that fucking guy had before the walk-off grand slam.
And they are really trying to astroturf this idea that millions of Trump voters already regret their vote based on cabinet picks and rhetoric about Israel and Palestine. Like, what percent of the people who voted for Trump do you think regret the vote as of right now? 0.1? They're really trying to astroturf this idea in that it's like this widespread, widely held opinion.
This place.
I'd say even less than that.
Like,
But yeah, like
he's not
there's
even in
no way.
office.
Right. Oh no, I already regret my Trump vote because he's nominated RFK as the health secretary.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's this one tweet.
Oh no, he nominated Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. I regret my like. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's this tweet from this fairly big right-wing account called Heady Remarks, where the person running the account is saying, "I regret voting for Trump." As of like a couple days ago, and a lot of leftists are like holding that tweet up as some kind of like trophy. You know, they're parading it around like it is representative of something. But the thing is, Heady Remarks is a right winger in the sense that she is basically a groiper, and said she regretted voting for Trump because he doesn't hate Israel enough. It's like I don't think that's the thing you
Right.
want to be parading around.
Are we clear?
See, the funny thing is you know, groypers who were unironically supporting Kamala over Trump. It's like the thing that you guys are the most known for is opposition to international Jewry. You know, you don't like Israel, you don't like Jews as a concept. If you voted for Kamala and she won, her husband is Jewish. She doesn't have any children of her own, but the people she calls her children, because they're her stepkids, are all Jewish. And the guy even literally said, her husband, he's like, when I am the first gentleman, I will put the special, I forget the name of it, but it's a Jewish thing that signifies it as being a Jewish household. You put it in your doorway. He's like, I will put this in the White House. It's like that. Washington would have risen from the grave at that point.
Captain's hurt bad. Let's get him some healing. Captain's on his last legs. Someone
Assassin.
get him healed up.
Some dagger arts.
We hit their weakness. Nice move, Heisman.
We can do this.
Much thanks.
That's needed.
Helpful as ever. I can't afford to. No holding back! Let's do this! No. Brawler! You'll be dust!
Oh man.
Bunch of enemies slowing you down, Captain.
I'll run you through.
Assassin. Rancor.
Hulkenberg, you've got several ailments slowing you down.
My Parthen's here.
Someone help him get back in the fight.
Only a flesh wound.
Heisman got knocked out.
Are you prepared?
We gotta revive him.
This calls for one of these.
I shall repay this
Is everyone
favor
calm?
Got you with
tenfold.
multiple ailments.
As the point of a sword.
Oh, power of kings.
We hit their weakness. Nice move, Heisman.
We're not out of this yet.
My thanks.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Oh, this could be really annoying.
No holding back! Not now. moving to the rear. I'll hold my ground.
I stand ready. They'll not break my defenses.
I need to the vanguard. To the rear, face me. Then again, I stand ready.
This.
I will fight with pride.
Time to go offensive. Ah! I'll crush you.
Let justice prevail. There.
Quite a boon. I'll use what I must. Some darker arts.
Hit their weakness.
It's okay. Let's go. With healing power.
My thanks.
I'm obliged.
My thanks. Now, what's the play?
Oh.
Could do with this.
Hit their weak points.
Magic light.
Man, there's nothing I view as being funnier than attempts to fact check RFK about seed oils.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork.
that is just funny shit.
Oh, power of kings.
Hit their weakness.
I will play.
Hype,
Hold on. I'm all prepared. Here.
I can't afford to hold
Are
that.
you a homosexual?
Dust!
right on target.
I stand
Nice one,
ready.
Stroll.
For all that we strive for. Here.
Messenger got them right in their weak
Assassin.
spot.
Too much, perhaps? 'Tis best to conserve. Tis best used.
Come forth, royal soul. Flare. You're here?
With these fists, I strike for justice. Are you prepared? Take that!
Picture of RFK on the plane with everybody else eating McDonald's. And how a lot of people have posted RFK's face because of how upset he looked.
Yeah.
No sense in waste. Join with me.
And this guy's like, it looked like Review Bra eating the Impossible Whopper.
For our provisions.
Helpful as ever.
Oh, that's good.
Assassin. Rancor.
Hit their weakness.
Power. You
Hype, May.
Let's try this.
Hit their weakness.
I shall fight
That's
as the
your
noble I
opening,
am.
Captain.
Here!
Hit their weak points.
I
Keep it up,
magic
Stroll.
light. Not now. There.
Right.
Be neither
Line of
timid
ultimate-
nor... No, now accept your fate. To ever greater heights.
I'll strive for greater heights.
I admit, it feels good to...
Ha! I have never known.
Even I had more to learn.
Good.
I love that it only took 5 years for the blowback or maybe more like 7 years or so, you would say. It only took 7 years for the blowback of kneeling during the anthem to hit. I'm so glad it didn't take more than 10 years when everyone would have forgotten.
For real. Yeah, at least we finally got there. See, the way I look at it is like this. Sometimes you win right away. Sometimes your win comes after a long time. But the most important thing is that you're actually in a position to be able to enjoy it. You know? Imagine if we finally got to have all this winning that we're having right now, but we're like so old that we're like Jimmy Carter in the wheelchair.
Right.
No, man.
Like, what's even the fucking point?
Say,
So?
Thank God we get to have it now.
Leftists had to watch football players across the NFL today doing the Trump dance.
Hell yeah.
We wanted to keep politics out of sports, but you insisted it can't be kept out of sports, so now we all have to deal with this.
Exactly. Congratulations. You got what you wanted.
Mhm.
An entire generation getting to learn the phrase, be careful what you wish for. All I wanted to do was just sit on my ass and play video games. But some broad had to have sex with games reviewers and to give her shitty game a positive review, and wouldn't you know it, here we are now.
Mhm. Like the new cope, because you know there's a new cope every day for like the next 18 years minimum, is that Elon Musk was paying to run ads in Muslim-heavy areas using Kamala's own words about her support for Israel, while at the same time running ads using her pro-Gaza comments in Jew-heavy communities. And, like, people are freaking out about how that should be illegal, you shouldn't be able to do that, but it's like, it's literally her words.
Right.
Because she abandoned all her positions, like, every 3 days. I was going to say back after 2019, but even that's not true.
Yeah. Like, this isn't fair. He's using an advertisement where he just quotes his opponent. It's like, I forget which one it is, but there actually was a Trump campaign ad. It was literally just Kamala talking. And it wasn't taken out of context or anything. It was just her just saying stuff. And then as soon as she's done talking, I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. Oh, man.
Like, Jack Posebic talks about this a lot. Do you know what Pizza Hut nationalism is?
No.
It's just basically this concept of thinking about how things were in the 90s. And trying to tell young people about how good things used to be so they know that it's possible. He calls it like Pizza Hut nationalism because he thinks about how Pizza Hut used to be like a dine-in restaurant that was fun to go to, and it was like a normal place to be seen eating. And he just talks about how good it used to be. Like, kids these days will never know how nice sit-in Pizza Huts used to be unless you tell them.
Right. It used to be a family restaurant. It was great. They had they had like the buffet fucking thing going on, not just a salad bar.
Yeah.
It was like, you ever been to CC's?
I've heard of it. I've never eaten there.
That's another like pizza buffet kind of place, and I'm all like, it's the only place that even kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, the way that it used to be, and like you said, the youngsters don't know. I thought it would have had something to do with the building may change its owner, but you can tell just by looking at it, it was a Pizza Hut once.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter that it's a veterinarian's office now.
Looks like it's not safe yet. Stay alert.
This is a very compelling thing. Putin himself being interviewed about Biden's authorization to use the blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Putin says it's incorrect to say that NATO can allow or even ban the Ukrainian regime from striking Russian territory. They are already doing this. So the long range, you know, missiles and all this, it's like there's really not much of a difference. The main issue is that the long-range precision weapon systems developed by NATO countries cannot be used by the Ukrainian military. Only NATO personnel are able to operate these weapons. This is why it's seen as being such a red line in the sand. Because they're all like, you know, if Trump is trying to negotiate a peace and he's going to take office in 2 months, you can't train these guys to use these weapon systems in less than 2 months, which means that if you use them in the next 2 months,
Very impressive.
then it wasn't Ukrainians using it.
Raw steel. We are spotted.
So that's why it would be World War III, is because you're actively fighting them. So that would change the nature of the conflict, and Russia would respond accordingly, and blah, blah, blah. But he's not concerned about it. He's like, look, you know, you guys aren't suicidal. You're not going to nuke us. You're just trying to scare us or whatever. But, like, I'm not concerned about your ability to attack us because you're already doing that. Like, the war. And this is one thing I was thinking about, you know, and why I'm not concerned either, because it happened after the election. The whole world knows that Donald Trump is 2 months away from being president. So, you just gotta sit it, you know, take a knee and wait out the clock. And Putin has that exact same fucking feeling. He's like, look, you know, unless you guys nuke us, whatever, you know, it's a war. I don't want my citizens to die or be harmed, but, like, we're not just gonna stop fighting. But, you know, 2 months go by, it's a different guy, so whatever. A lot of people are just concerned that it start World War III, but if Putin's not concerned and Trump's not concerned and no one's concerned except for people who are not actively in danger, then I'm not concerned. Feel better.
What now?
Yeah, I definitely do not regret getting that dinner for less than $10, bro. That was amazing.
Eats the hell out of any fast food.
Exactly, because it was like, when I say restaurant quality, the whole thing I'm saying is like, I made all of that in the microwave, but it was actual real. It just needed to be reheated. Now that's why it was kept in the deli section, is because it was actual real stuff. It's just, you know, it has a very short shelf life because it can be reheated, but it's of that kind of quality. But it was real legitimate brisket. It was real legitimate roasted potatoes. It was real legitimate mac and cheese. It was incredibly good. $3 a thing. You guys are at, it might even be cheaper. So yeah, you know, like, 'cause they had all kinds of stuff. I just picked what I wanted. They had mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, roasted potatoes, French fries,
Great moves back there.
cornbread, fried chicken, chicken tenders, pulled pork.
I remember
Parmesan.
when I lived off frozen stuff and TV dinners. I mean, obviously I was not healthy, because you can't live off TV dinners and be healthy. Especially when you're not having it, you're having fast food. But I do feel nostalgic for those days in some way, even though they were objectively bad.
Yeah, and I totally get that, but man, these definitely not frozen stuff in TV dinners. Just like,
Impressive as ever.
it almost feels like just reheating leftovers. That was high quality stuff.
Some enemies left. Stay sharp.
But speaking of high quality stuff,
We cannot avoid this fight.
it's already 11:50. Wow.
Yeah, I'll be getting out of here not terribly long. I can tell you that.
Nice.
Let's take it and move on.
So, normal schedule for you tomorrow?
They go.
Yes. This week's gonna be wild because this is a big, super crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'm forced to work any overtime. I think any overtime I work is by choice. So I'm choosing to pick the overtime. But that's the thing, is it's only an extra half hour. My dad, if he gets forced to work overtime, he might have to work like an extra 3 hours. So
Okay.
basically the same schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
This is bad. They're onto us.
I think that's all of them.
Hey, good one.
There are still some foes around. Don't let your guard down.
We have yet to defeat them all. On guard.
There are still some foes around. Don't let your guard down.
Look alive. We are not done yet.
Is that the end then? We've cleared the way.
It's not fair that only liberals get to go into the crystals. I want to go into a crystal too.
I love that wife Jack one. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, fuck. Have you seen Daughter Jack yet?
Yes, I love that one. That one makes me want to cry. I love that one.
Yep.
Daughter Jack. Hopefully nobody ever does anything NSFW with Daughter Jack, because I know they were doing it with Soy Jack. With Wife Jack, excuse me.
Right. Christ. Wife Jack, yeah, but daughter Jack, that is,
Yeah. You know it's coming,
Even-
somebody's gonna do it.
yeah. Even if it's just drawn stuff, I don't think, I don't think drawn stuff that is still of that content is allowed on Twitter either.
I wouldn't think
I
so.
I blessedly have not seen any of that crap, and if I did, I would report it immediately. I don't want to see that shit.
Yep.
Wow.
We cannot avoid this fight. Stand ready.
All right. How's that? Amazing. Great fighting back there. Hey, you found some.
Alright, be right back. Okay, we are back.
What now?
We've been spotted. On your guard.
Come on! Exemplary.
Looks like they found us.
We've been spotted. On your guard. This is bad. They're onto us.
Our immediate vicinity is secure. We should be safe.
Yeah, nice work.
What now?
Oh, Chris Wallace. Did you hear about the Chris Wallace news?
He's leaving CNN. I heard that. Was there something beyond that?
Yes. He claimed that the reason that he's leaving CNN is because he quit to start a podcast or something along those lines, kind of like following in Tucker Carlson's footsteps. However, a new report published by Puck News is that Wallace's exit came when he was informed that the 2 shows he had on CNN were getting canceled and his reported $7 million salary was going to be slashed to ribbons. Salary reduction was part of the company's wider cost-cutting initiatives, according to Puck News. It also revealed that Thompson had told Wallace he was welcome to stay with the network, but as an analyst with a significantly lower salary. Talking low 6 figures.
I think we're in the clear.
So imagine going from 7 million to right around how much you were making at your previous job.
Remain steadfast.
Huh.
Some foes still draw breath.
Why was he getting paid that much? It's not like he's a draw. Like, even when he was on Fox and even when he was doing well, he wasn't the draw. The draw's always been fucking Megyn Kelly or Tucker Carlson or maybe...
They thought that he was because he was the guy that they poached from Fox News because he had the balls to stand up to Trump.
Yeah, I know. I remember Chris Wallace, yeah, but...
Right.
The problem is
and that's,
he has no personality.
Right. It's because they thought that they were going to win. So because of that, they thought that he'd be the face of a new generation of these are the conservatives who stood up against Trump and reclaimed the Republican Party. But the exact opposite happened. So he's fired, essentially, because like he's sitting there saying that, oh yeah, I'm moving on to greener pastures and all this kind of shit. He's actually leaving Washington D.C. He put his house up for sale. After announcing he was leaving CNN.
Watch out. We've been spotted.
So yeah, you don't sell your $6 million home in Washington D.C. after living there for decades because things are getting better for you.
So Chris Wallace is literally following the Megyn Kelly path. Be a star on Fox News, go at Trump in a debate, leave Fox News for CNN, get booted off CNN, and then start a podcast. Literally, that's what happened to Megyn Kelly.
Yeah. Then Megyn Kelly realized the horrific mistake that she'd made and then grew her hair back out. Because you remember when she chopped all of her hair off?
Yeah.
She was like, oh, fuck. So she grew all her hair back, and now she's on the Trump train. And is actually succeeding again, wouldn't you know it?
Man, it is crazy how many people genuinely think Joe Rogan is a right-wing podcaster. I'm seeing that so much. This is unreal. How short people's memories are.
We should be safe.
Bro. It's because they need to cope. Instead of just acknowledging reality.
What now?
But then they'll keep losing.
Impressive. Your training has paid off.
All right, you did it.
Of the 20 biggest podcasts in the world, 8 of them are right-wing podcasts, including Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro. It's like, do you really think Rogan's the same as fucking... Jesus, man.
Yeah. They've aside from the fact that they've completely lost their minds, sit there and imagine for a second, accept what they're saying is true. What's that tell you? If all the top podcasts in the world are right-wing, hey, maybe they know something that we don't about actually connecting with people and what it is that the people want.
Great moves back there.
Push through, cat. All right. How's that?
I knew you could do it.
I love this post in that thread that you shared with me. Wife Jack just proves women are like toddlers and should be nowhere near the levers of power or have any control outside of the home. Wife Jack shows the funny and quirky nature of women, but also how stupid the modern West is for feminism, since this is how women act, but we have to pretend that they're equal to men as leaders.
Don't let your guard
Unfathomably based.
We've been spotted.
They've noticed us.
Because it's like when people went apeshit over the that one viral TikTok about the HR ladies in the circle chanting shit.
Oh yeah, Gen Z boss in a mini, Gen Z boss in a mini.
Yeah, that whole thing. Because it's like, you know, when it first went viral, I saw a great post about it, and it's all like the reason that this is heartbreaking to so many men is that these women are getting paid outrageous salaries so that they can do this shit, claiming to have a quote unquote job and a quote unquote career, which is making things so difficult in the dating world and in, you know, just the world in general, because guys who actually work at these companies who are trying to get things done, they're at the mercy of these HR departments and all this shit. But this is what they spend all their time doing, in a circle, doing these crazy chants and having fun, and they're laughing and they're really enjoying themselves, when they should be doing that shit with their own children at home while the men in that company are actually getting things done.
What now?
Hey. Okay then. Right?
It would not shock me if Joe Rogan actually agreed with Kamala Harris on policy more than he agrees with Trump, but voted for Trump because he respected the fact that he went on his podcast and actually, you know, did the things that he wanted him to do and was actually participating in his podcast in the way that he likes his guests to, and that Kamala didn't. It really may have been that simple.
Plus, Joe was extremely concerned about Kamala's comments about literally censoring
Yeah.
because, you know, if Joe took a hell of a risk, because let's just say for the sake of argument Trump lost, dude, his podcast would be done. because in revenge, he would be called a purveyor of misinformation, and his podcast would be shut down. They already took him off Spotify like several years ago because they were trying to say that Joe Rogan was a misinformation peddler and dangerous right winger because he was against the mainstream narrative with regards to COVID.
Right.
You know, remember when he was pushing ivermectin?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then you had shit like CNN was doctoring the footage that Joe uploaded to his own Twitter account. They went in there and edited it to make his skin look sickly.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was insane. It's like Joe Rogan is not yellow, guys, and he's not yellow in that video. I can watch it on his own fucking Twitter right now. Why?
Right?
Oh, because he took the horse tranquilizers. He's or the horse deworm or whatever the fuck. Now he's got jaundice. Like, really, guys?
Now then, time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oi there!
All right, then. Let's head there right away.
Ah! Capital! Everyone's here! Now then.
It's your. Alright. But which one? Here's where we are now.
Later.
All right, then.
Let's go!
Young man! Young man!
Oh, say there.
This is a joy!
Mission accomplished.
All right.
Well then. Huh?
All right then.
Say there.
All right, then.
Let's go.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you had a chance to check it yet, but since Grok is now much better at writing some stories, I had it redo the Blackout one.
Oh. Oh yeah, you're right. I haven't read that one yet. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm laughing already. All I've read is we've got a blackout. Misunderstanding entirely.
Hey there.
I was pretty happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, that's a good one. Foxford, there's a blackout. Not anymore, chum.
Not anymore, chum. I already shot him.
Oh, you love to see it.
Maybe.
No, nothing.
Understood.
Hey, you.
Wait a second.
All right then.
Let's go.
Welcome.
Impressive. We did it.
All right.
Now then.
Courage. Why, that's...
Exactly.
Look at that.
Look. Yep.
All right then.
Let's go.
Shoot.
Hey, you.
Right.
Ooh. That's why.
Mission accomplished.
Thanks.
What's up?
Information coming out that information is coming out. This is why ivermectin is trending on Twitter right now. Information coming out that the Biden administration made it so that several members of the administration, several departments and such, were actually exempt from vaccine mandates. And medical records, as it turns out, show that top-level members of the government did not receive the vaccine at all, and instead, anytime that they tested COVID positive, got a prescription for ivermectin. How about that? I can't wait for RFK to get in there and bankrupt those fuckers.
Well, that settles that. Let's go. Well, if you want to dig, we are now. Well then.
What now?
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Ripping, missus.
All right. Hmm?
Now then.
I'm just incredulous.
What now?
All right, guys. That's going to do it for tonight. I'll see you guys later today.